Here. Okay. So a special announcement regarding public comments. Please wait for the commission chair to ask for speakers at each item. When it is time, please use the raise your hand function online to request to speak. If you're attending by telephone, please press *9. You'll be unmuted online, or your area code and last 2 digits of your phone number will be called when it's time for you to speak. Please be aware Personnel Commission Rule 2.9A states that employees, employee organizations, and other interested parties will be provided reasonable opportunity to present their views orally. Your comments should not exceed 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I move to approve the agenda for the special meeting for April 26th.
I second the motion.
Thank you. And so now to information, classified employee recognition. I'm assuming, Christy, you're taking this
Yes.
item?
Yes. So,
Okay.
let me just stop the share real quick because I messed that up real quick. Hold on. Okay.
While Christy shares that, I'm going to step away really quick.
Okay. Let's see. I have all kinds of tabs open, so they should all be shared. I just had moved them on accident. So anyways, the California legislature recognizes the important contributions of classified school employees and named the 3rd full week of May Classified School Employee Week to honor these contributions. Typically, the Personnel Commission celebrates not only our classified employee service, but the dedicated employees who have chosen to retire during the current school year with a reception at the district office. Due to COVID-19 concerns and statewide restrictions, we were unable to host the event for the 1920 school year and also for the current school year. The Personnel Commission would like to honor the classified staff in either a virtual or socially distanced event. So this item on the agenda is just for us to discuss options for a virtual and or socially distanced event and to determine a budget if applicable. So I have done a little bit of research and done a little work on some options. One of the options would be a virtual event. And I know Diane said that the chamber did their gala virtually. And then something else that we had discussed, or Fernando and I had discussed, is a drive-by pickup. Some type of goodie bag with maybe a slice of pizza or some kind of goodie, a cupcake, and to be able to just have that face-to-face in a socially distanced and COVID-friendly environment with our students going back to school, hopefully soon, for a couple of days a week, and other in-person things that are going on. I think that this would be something that we would want to consider. I know that there are several questions on how that would happen and how we would be able to get it done. So one of my thoughts was to send out a RSVP, just so we would be able to gauge how many people we would be expecting. And I put that we would do it on May 19th, just because that's the day that we have our meeting. And usually we do it that 3rd week of May, but we can always adjust that as well. And then the 1 to 3, I think it would probably be 3 to 5. I did this real quick. This is just a draft. But so I would ask them, do you plan on attending? If not, why not? Why wouldn't you want to? And then just to gauge how many people, how many retirees would be stopping by, because we would want to give them separate gifts as well, other than just the goodie bags. So that's an option. And then usually, we don't get more than 100. So I would say, starting until we get all of the information, start with ordering and just expect 100, plan for 100. Some of the ideas that I had for themes, if we did maybe like a slice of pizza, put little stickers or tabs on the slices of just the individual boxes of pizza, and put little tags, And then also, you know, the masks, of course, masks are big right now. So maybe like a mask theme. You can't mask our appreciation. There's other sayings too that I can definitely create in Canva. So any suggestions or ideas?
Well, just one thought, that the pizza's a neat idea, but keeping it warm for that long of a period, if it's like 2 hours,
Yeah.
I think the cupcake and maybe a little something else to go with the cupcake.
Yeah, I agree. My vote's for a cupcake.
Okay, that works.
Are we talking for a goodie bag now, regardless of
So
for
I
the
think-
drive-in, right?
Yeah,
drive-thru?
so if we did a drive-in, we could, you know, do, I was thinking a little goodie bag. These are just examples of, you know, work survival kits that we can give out. So I could print little things like this, and then we could get, you know, Starburst gum, Tootsie Rolls, Kit Kats, and those types of things.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, you know, we could do a work survival kit. There's a couple of other variations of this that we could do for the goodie bags. And then also I was thinking for the retirees, I was thinking of, you know, like a nice picture frame. And then I found a bunch of sayings about retiring. So this one, you know, you can't retire from being great. Just print this and put it in, you know, a really nice 5x7 picture frame. And we can, you know, put from the commission or whatever on here. We can make this a little bit more customized, but this was just some of the things that I threw together. This one, can't really see it. Let's see. May you be proud of the work you have done and the difference you have made. And then there's one more. Life's real journey begins at retirement. And you know, these, like I said, these are just quick drafts that I did. And these are really easy to print. I would just print a bunch of them and put them in the frames and let people decide. You know, we could have a table at the very end for the retirees. You know, are you a retiree? Make sure you stop at this one. And this is, you know, a separate gift that we're going to give you. And maybe, you know, some flowers too, a bundle of flowers that we could give the retirees.
Yeah, I like that idea. Where are you planning to have the drive-through?
We would probably do it at the district office, right there in the parking lot. That's what we did for our administrator's return.
Okay.
We just set up tables out there, and it's, you know, we have the solar, so it would be in the shade. And then, yeah, it worked out pretty good. You know, we can get balloons, we can decorate, we can do that kind of stuff. I did price out getting those yard signs, you know, thank you with appreciation or something. I think they even have them like at Kaiser for the you know, essential workers, but that seemed pretty pricey, and it's just a rental. So I'm not sure if we want to do that, but I can order. I've looked on Amazon, and I think Oriental Trading has quite a few different things that we can get, you know, signs that say, and then even the print shop can do banners. So I can check in with them to see what we can do, but we can make it, you know, pretty fancy.
There's a discount like card store and parties, like Party America, Party USA. You might be able to check that too. I think there's one in Pleasanton, and I thought there was one in Fremont, but I could be wrong. But it's something like Party USA or something like that.
Okay.
It's in the same shopping center in Pleasanton. It's the same shopping center as the Walmart.
At Walmart. Okay.
You know, maybe one suggestion that I have as well in this, Chrissy, is that the ones that are going to take the most, if we're giving them choice, are going to the most time and potential for a clogging of the artery of the parking lot will be retirees if we're going to give them a choice. So we might want to designate a time for them separate from kind of the drive-through, because when we did the one for the administrators, it was probably 100 people. And, even then, just because it's that social time, this is like for us, for the administrators, it was the first time we had seen them like since closing in March, like 6 months. So just anticipating those kinds of things, we might want to think about how do we stagger it. I know that for the lunch, I think we had it planned out over, I don't know, we'll have to look back, but I want to say an hour to 90 minutes of just that amount of time. But really thinking about how do we stagger it, because you don't want it to turn into a big traffic jam. And I think we can, that can go all the way back to Winton. So I throw that out there as a consideration, especially again, when we have choice. For us, it was simple. The only choice they had was, what color bag do you want? Boom, here it is. There's your color bag. And then your lunch you had already pre-ordered.
Right. Well, I think with the retirees having a separate table, and maybe we could even, get one of the district easy ups and have it, off to the side to where they could, go and drive to a separate part to where it's not clogging that up. I had thought of that too, but maybe at a staggering time, last names or bargaining units, or, bargaining units come between 3 and 4. Bargaining unit A and B come 3 and 4, and bargaining unit B and C come, from 4 to 5 or something. We could do that too. Or we could have, A through L, last names A through L come at this time, and, M through Z go at another time. But that's a good idea too, depending on how much we have. But because, I do remember LLA, we did get clogged up because, that was because Matt, Mr. Chatty Cappy. He was.
We're going to do it anyways. I mean, people are going to be happy to see each other. Oh, congratulate. I mean, that's just kind of, I think, is going to be a reality we're going to have to contend with. Because I also know we don't want to go, come on, move along. Nothing to see here. Hey, good job retiring. Take your frame. Now keep going.
And maybe even have 2 lines, and like I said, get a couple easy ups and have 2 lines to where, because you can get people in, because nobody's parking there. We can close that down for the day and have people park elsewhere. So we could even get 2 lines going. So we can definitely work that out. And we'll talk to some of the sites that have done that as well, what works, because they've done a lot of drive-throughs. So, and like I know with Stonebray, we all know that Stonebray has parking lot issues, but one time we went to go do a drive-through and we were, all the way down past Bailey Ranch waiting, and we ended up missing it because we were in line for too long. So we can definitely look at that and see how we can make that better.
Yeah, I guess the one thing to consider, I guess, when we get closer to it, is how many people sign up to actually attend. And then we can kind of, as it gets closer, kind of deal with the issues, traffic issues. Because I guess if you had the table more near the western end of the parking lot where it curves, then at least if there's a backup, it would be into the parking lot, not so much on the street.
Right. Yeah, I can check with DO and see if we can get, an easy up to where we could have 2 lines, one, and I agree, towards the back end of that where it curves, and then on the other side as well, and have 2 lines to where you're going to be able to double the amount of people that are waiting inside the parking lot and not out on the street. Definitely.
Yeah. What if we had a different color bag for retirees? Everybody else had, like a different color. That way we don't have to ask what color they want. We're going to know. That will help move people along.
Sure.
Yeah, the chamber had a drive-through to hand out our swag bags, and we based the number on RSVPs. So we'd have kind of an idea, and we put all our goodies in there, and it seemed to work okay, but we didn't have a whole lot of people drive through at once. It was spread out over a couple, 2.5 hours or something like that.
That might happen here too. I mean, I'm not sure that everyone will come.
No, and we usually get about 10% participation even when we do our recognition reception. We have 1,000 classified employees, and we usually get 100 people show up. So, but it's just something that I think that shows that we're thinking of our classified employees and really the hard work that they've been doing especially during COVID. Everybody has, been upheaved out of their offices and been, taught how to do it the new way. So I think that doing something like this would be nice. And
if-
then, yeah, and hopefully people would come. And, you know, now that we have we'll have more folks at the school sites as well. So hopefully we would get more people to drive through at the end of their day.
And maybe people will come if they think they can just drive through and get a goodie bag and keep on going without, you know, having to come inside and
Yeah,
listen to speeches and, you
right.
know.
The we could always, you know, put in there that, you know, if you can, you know, to prevent congestion, if you're either the last name or the
Right.
bargaining unit, you know, come at this time or
Yeah.
come at this time.
Mhm.
But, you know, if you can't make it, we understand, but
Yeah,
just to try and get them,
Mhm.
because otherwise somebody say, well, I can't come at that time. I can only
Right.
come at this time.
right, right.
You probably have a better idea once people RSVP. And
Right.
it may not be as difficult as we think it is. It
Mhm.
might be like, let's say we get 100 people or probably less, you know,
Mhm.
50 people, it might be just fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sounds
And then,
good.
you know, we can see if Dio would be able to come and, you know, take pictures or, you know, do maybe a quick little video or someone, you know, we actually have a couple of our family engagement specialists who are pretty good at, you know, photography and videography. And then, you know, maybe towards the end of the following week, we could send something out and say, you know, thank you for participating. If you didn't get to participate, this is what we did for our classified staff, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, highlight what, you know, how the commission was showing their appreciation. And then also last year we sent out a district-wide thank you card, and we can definitely do that again too, just so we're hitting everybody.
Mhm. Now, are we going to invite last year's retirees, or did they end up getting their stuff, or?
No, we didn't end up doing anything for them last year besides the district did a quick slideshow, and we asked them to send in photos if they wanted to be included, you know, if they wanted a photo included on the slideshow, and that was distributed to everybody. But yeah, the commission didn't do anything separate from that.
So
And
they didn't get a pin like we usually give them?
the pins are for the years of service.
Oh,
So
okay.
those aren't for
confusing.
the retirees. Usually the retirees will get a certificate, and then I guess a pen. They have like a writing pen, but the pins were for the longevity for the 20. And that just, I don't see how we would be able to do that this year with the drive-by without worrying about the congestion again. But we'll definitely have a big turnout for it next year when we can, if we can, you know, get together again. We'll have to, you know, celebrate everybody who has made those milestones in the last 3 years.
So have we decided on the drive-through, or are we still canvassing the staff to see what would they prefer?
I think that maybe we, you know, if the commission thinks that that's a good idea and want to move towards the drive-through, I can get the email started and send that out and gauge participation. And then, you know, maybe just touch bases with you guys. I'll send an email if there's you know, if we need to have a further discussion, we can plan another special meeting to discuss. But at this point, you know, it's just, this is just a information and discussion. So there's no real vote. I just need direction on how to proceed.
Well, I like the little thing that you have with the bag, you know, with the Starburst and that, the little survival kit.
Yeah.
I think
We did something similar like this for LLA. And my thoughts was just getting, you know, a little paper bag that has the handle, and then putting, you know, this like a little, as like a tag, and putting ribbon on it, and then putting the HUSD sticker in the middle, or something that says thank you in the middle, or some kind of sticker, just to keep costs down. I know that the district had purchased like little drawstring backpacks, but I think, you know, just keeping costs down, and you know, where we don't have a lot of time to order all that kind of stuff, but it can end up being pretty inexpensive to do those types of things.
Yeah, I think that's a cute idea.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I also do.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do a drive-through
Drive through and then,
and do this survival kit.
and then maybe do like a cupcake or something
Sure.
too.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And
Sounds good.
then, so when we're talking budget, honestly, I looked at our budget today, and usually for like supplies and materials, and we usually for our reception, we have about $400-$500 that we spend with food services. Food services with school starting and everything, they're not going to be able to help us with the cupcakes, but I can figure out where to get those, either the cupcake shop or, even Safeway if we want to do that, because cupcake shop is a little pricey. But maybe they can help us out since we're the school district. I can check in with them and see what they would be able to offer. But again, like I said, we usually our budget for this is usually about 500. However, in our materials and supplies, our budget is typically $5,000 a year, and we've only spent $300 and something on supplies this year since nobody's in the office. So, I can try to keep it, close to 500. But, if we do end up going above, like I said, we've got, I don't want to say plenty of money because, we're the school district and no, we never have plenty of money, but with all the cost savings that we've had on our materials and supplies, I think that we would be able to go a little over that with this.
You might try the cupcake shop to see if they would give you a break.
Yeah.
I don't know, because they are
They're
kind of pricey.
They
Yeah,
definitely
are
are
very
pricey, but they're
expensive.
worth
But
it.
they could get a lot of advertising though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could put a card that's from the cupcake shop.
Yeah, I can call
Also-
them. No big deal. I mean,
also,
it's worth a call and just to say, this is my budget and I need 100 cupcakes. Would you be able to do it? Because they even have the mini ones too. And I would need them to do them individually. So that's another thing. So,
Yeah.
or maybe they can do, I know that they do cookies and they do, cake pops and they do a lot of other things like that. So maybe they would be able to do something a little bit less expensive than the jumbo cupcakes.
Yeah, there used to be a bakery shop in the around the parking lot where Buffalo Bills is, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if they're still in business,
Okay.
No.
but
Oh.
you can check that too.
Christine's isn't there?
I don't
Or no,
think so.
Charlotte's.
Oh,
Charlotte's.
Charlotte.
No, Charlotte's
I think
is
Charlotte's
gone.
is closed.
Mhm.
Oh.
But there's also I think there's a bakery called the Black and White Bakery on Mission Boulevard.
It's been there for years.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still there, but that's a possibility. Also, Food Source, which is closing, I understand, in June, they bake their own stuff. You might want to check to see if their baked goods are very good and they're very
Yeah, they are.
inexpensive.
Okay.
So
I
you
can
can
check.
try there too. That's on Mission Boulevard.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, are we pretty much through with this item? Everyone? Yeah? Okay, let's go to action item. May I have a motion on approving the new job description for the district webmaster?
I move to approve the second reading of the new job description for district webmaster.
I second it.
Okay, any discussion?
Was there, I didn't look at it, I'm sorry. There was a change, wasn't there a typo or something on there?
That was
There
on the
was,
other job description that we had approved.
Oh, okay, all
The
right.
accounting
sorry.
manager. Yeah, I checked, I fixed that before we posted it.
Okay, all right.
Okay, all right, then all those in favor?
I don't know if you want to do it now or when we actually go to the salary placement, but I had a question about that. You want to wait till the,
Maybe we should do.
okay.
Can we combine it then? Is that
Oh,
okay?
No, let's-
Fernando, can we combine it?
The two items, or you
Yeah.
can ask the question and then you can, if you want to approve, or Diane, why don't you go ahead and then we can see where it's applicable.
Okay, oh, I just had a question on the range 22 for it, which is equal to the tech support specialist 1.
Mhm.
It just seemed like a web specialist should be maybe just a little bit higher.
So, I think we've looked at that. So maybe, so the rationale behind this, so we can do the discussions and you can do separate votes for them. So the rationale behind that is that much of what we're going to be doing on our web is already going to be a platform that is already built for us. So this isn't a typical webmaster of, previous iterations where they had to kind of get the software, they had to build the environment, the ecosystem, and then create it from there. Right now, what we do is we use School Loop. So it's already provided for us. All we do is, as I share with people, it's basically they give us the walls and they give us the frames, and we have to put content and pictures in the frames. We can write on the walls. It's already created. So there's no code writing that goes along with this. That's not the expectation. It's really more so around the maintenance piece. And then the other piece is that they'll be working. So it's more of a content driven. So they'll also be working with Dionysia. That said, though, Diane, is that it's really hard to gauge what the market and everything calls for. And even in the comparisons, we figure this in the event we fly it and we don't get folks because we look at this as a promotional opportunity for some of our folks internally who have been doing a lot of the web work at the school sites, which have included school office managers, family engagement outreach specialists. This is higher than that. So this isn't necessarily anything that's going to be more software based, but it's more so the application of filling in the content. So it's kind of similar to it's like Word. It's like a Word document. You're not creating Word. You're using the interface. But if we fly this and we don't find the interest or we don't find the candidates, then yeah, we may have to revisit. So we only have up to go from here. But we really wanted to use this as a starting basis point because, Christy pulled some comparisons from other school districts. They have two types of webmasters. Some of them work more on the informational side, which is what we're looking at, the content base. And then they also had positions that really worked in EIT, which were more of the techie piece. And we're really focused on the content side.
Okay.
You think we could call it a webmaster, district webmaster 1? Would that clarify it?
I think at this point, because it's already gone to board, we wouldn't change the name of the classification.
Okay.
But if we did do anything different to where we did create another position that was more of the, again, around writing code, around creating the platforms and everything, we definitely would have to look at creating that distinction.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Are there all questions?
Well, I had just to go back to that. When you did go and look at the other districts that did have the content type one, what was that? Was that kind of the same range that we're in right now?
Well, yeah, what we did was we created, so it's really a little more in tune with that, because we did look at where the comparisons came within their districts. And then we had to apply it because, our salary schedule is this hierarchy where the families and everything fits into an alignment. So what we did was we placed it similarly to where they would place kind of like their TSS, their techs, whatever they call them. And then looking again at where our families are. So yeah, basically we try to create an apples to apples as best as possible. That said, there aren't a lot of these that we're looking at. And then what we also figured was this would be a good starting point for us, because when we do ultimately move towards the classification study, we'll do a larger and broader compensation type study if that's the case.
Okay.
And this also will be in part of the, Fernando, will be in the operations job family or more in the outreach?
It's going to be more in the outreach family, because again, it's really just ensuring, it's really around the information. It's really to support the work of the marketing that the district has done, the work of the information officer. So that's really what we're looking at versus it being, again, on the techie side.
Right. And I think that when you look at the family hierarchy with the outreach, it fits a lot more than it would, looking at the technology side.
Okay. Then, may I have a motion on action item number 1, the second reading of the new job description for the district webmaster?
The motion has been made for D1. We just need a vote for
Right,
that.
may I have a,
Call the vote. Aye.
Aye.
aye. All right, motion carried. Now, action number 2, the approval of the salary placement for district webmaster to AOT range 22. May I have a motion on that item?
I move we accept the action item for salary placement for a district webmaster to range 22, AOD.
I second.
Okay, any discussion or have we, any discussion, any more discussion on that item?
No, not me.
Okay, I'd like to call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Okay, if there's no other business or anyone has anything more to say, I'd like to adjourn the meeting.
Just one more thing on the recognition. We didn't decide on a particular day.
Oh,
We have the week, but
I thought it was going to be when our normal meeting would take place, which I would assume would be a Wednesday.
right.
that right?
Our May meeting is scheduled for the 19th. May 19th.
So is that a
Okay.
Wednesday?
It is.
Okay.
yeah. So I won't be there, so. But you guys can carry on. Save me a bag.
Give me a
Well,
cupcake.
Would you like to change?
Yeah,
the
and a
date?
cupcake.
Would you, is that okay with everyone? I mean, at this point, we would like to change, would we like to change the day so Diana could be available?
Well, I don't think we should, it really cuts in the time to get everything printed and put together. I'll be glad to help put bags together and whatever's needed the week before. So I think we need to move on this right away. I know how long it took us to get all our stuff, bags together and printed, so.
All right. Okay,
Okay,
then,
so I'll try to make sure that I have all of the supplies ready by the end of the first week of May. And then the second week of May, we can start getting everything together.
all right. If
So
there's any,
look for a communication from me on that.
Okay.
Okay.
if there isn't any more discussion, I'd like to adjourn the meeting effective 11:34 a.m. and to thank everybody for coming to meet.
And I guess we don't have any closed session, do we?
No, I don't think so. Is there a closed session?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Take
you.
care,
Thanks,
everyone.
ladies. Have a
Bye.
great day.
Bye.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.